challenge your own faith, put it under the microscope for a change. Because I believe the greatest obligation you have to yourself is to keep an open mind. I have no intention to offend anyone today. It would be extremely impolite for me to say that, express any antagonism towards any individual who wishes to find salvation in any way he or she desires. Having said that, it's also important for me to have my own beliefs. And they are the belief in the enlightenment. They are belief in the eternal adventure and the constant struggle to find the truth, to discover the truth. Now, discover is the key word. Don't take anything for granted. Or for lack of a better word, don't take anything as gospel. Now, having said that, I remain convinced, absolutely convinced, and I say this without any ambiguity, that all religions are man-made, and that all the hatred and violence in the world today is because of religion, and it should be treated with nothing but ridicule and contempt. And why not? If you're part of a social club which has that much racism and xenophobia and homophobia and ethnic cleansing, you would most likely resign from that club right away. I mean, the other day I was practicing this speech in my room, and my roommate just saw me, and he asked me, why do you want to talk about religion? What does it hurt you? Of course not, but really? What has religion given us all these years? Well, other than most wars, the Inquisition, the Crusades, bigotry, systematic brainwashing of all the children, human sacrifices, suicide bombing, I can go on and on. And I'm full up the screen like right away. And I can talk about this all day, believe me. But I do understand the desire for anyone to speak spiritual answers in this world. Okay, bit of problem. We live in a very complex and difficult to understand world. We don't know why we're here, where we're coming from. We want answers. They comfort us. It's in our human nature to ask for answers. But I believe it's a constant struggle. You can't just take a book and accept that for what it is. You have to scrutinize it. Because skepticism and doubt is necessary. What's the use of faith? I believe it is the most overrated of all virtues out there, faith. Oh, I'm a person of faith. Well, so what? I'm a person of faith. I will literally believe anything on the least possible evidence. That's what you're telling me, that I'm a person of faith. Well, don't get me wrong, religion had its purpose at one time. In the infancy of our civilization. It was our first attempt to make sense of our surroundings. It was our first attempt at cosmology, what's beyond the sky. It was our first attempt at healthcare. It was our first attempt at science, to explain natural phenomena. Where did the earthquakes come from? Where did the typhoons come from? Are they curse from God? No, they're not. There are better and more logical scientific explanations for all of them. People used to believe that diseases were some sort of sorcery or witchcraft. Do you believe that? Of course not. Now we have germ theory. We know that microorganisms live within us that cause all of that. It was their first attempt to answer what goes beyond our life, what happens after we die. And to be honest, we really haven't answered that question even now. And perhaps we never will with our limitations and our cranial capacity. But to think how far we've come since then, how much we know now, how much we used to know, and how much we could know. I mean, there's this really famous anecdote. If you're in the desert, in a forest, in a dark forest, in a dark night, and you don't know don't know your way around, it would be wise to seek help of a local blind man who can feel his way around. But as soon as the dawn comes and the light comes out and the sun comes up, it would be kind of silly for you to still follow that blind man across the village. I think that's the point I want to home. But what really disappoints me, grown people who are otherwise perfectly rational and intelligent, come up to me and say with a straight face that the world only existed 6,000 years ago. And they believe that. They believe every bit of science. They're going to believe that the world existed 6,000 years ago in spite of all the evidence. Or that men, or certain men, used to have control over the laws of nature. I mean, turning the molecules of water into wine, literally having control over the sun, the movement of the sun. Literally, please don't insult my intelligence that way. You should not be spoken to that way, and neither should I. But then again, it's not all bad. I would say I don't want to be biased on one side. I mean, religion has its perks too. Let's say, I don't know if there are any Mormons in the room today, but if you're a Mormon, if you have a happy marriage on earth, you get to come after life with your wife and have your own planet to roll on. So that's what they believe in, having your own planet to roll on. That's what Mormons believe. Well, I like the fact Muslims get down right to it. As soon as you die, you get sent to virgins. Fighting 24/7. See, Einstein said that the greatest miracle in the universe is that there are no miracles. Everything holds together for eternity. There are no suspensions of law, just to please one person or one sector or one tribe. Now, I don't really want to bore you very long, but you're welcome to your own faith. But I don't like particularly being told that I wouldn't know, or you wouldn't know right from wrong if it weren't for religion. I mean, that's something that's innate in all of us. If all the religion disappeared suddenly tomorrow, would you go and start killing each and every person? Of course not. You much more, give yourself a little more credit. When Socrates, I'm sure you've heard about Socrates, one of the greatest philosophers of our time, when he was sentenced to death, he accepted his fate. He didn't run away. And he said, when he said that if I'm lucky, perhaps, I'll be able to hold conversation with other great philosophers and thinkers of our time after I die. Now, why would I want to do that? Why did I choose this topic? Because that's the only conversation worth having. And whether or not it continues after we die, I do not know. I do know is that that's the conversation I like to have while I'm still alive. Which means to me, the discussion about what is good, what is noble, what is truth, what is pure will always go on. I want to live my life taking the risk all the time that I know nothing about it yet, that I can know enough yet. Beware of the man who claims to know everything, who claims to know God, let alone his will, let alone his plan, who forces you to perform rituals and believe in the superstitious on the fear of eternal torture. I think that's inhumane, that's wicked. I would say take the risk of thinking for yourself. Much more happiness, truth, beauty, and wisdom will come to you that way. Thank you.